Salute, salute, salute to God, the Most High, the Creator of everything. Listen, I gotta cut this intro short. Um, but one time, and that's for everybody. Two salutes to the God. I've been dealing with some trolls, man. But see, I like to use it for strength, okay? Because I always tell them I want to whoop you with knowledge and history. I'm not gonna be on here sharing all these insults, hurling all these racial slurs, coming out of my character when I'm already chosen to be a leader. So I want to thank you for what you revealed to me today because in the words of Kevin Hart, oh, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. I'm gonna just roll with this, man. Salute to Black Culture Unlocked. Y'all go to YouTube, subscribe to Black Culture Unlocked. You know what I mean? The truth is out here. Let's roll with it, man. Fair use, educational purposes. I do have to stop this every now and then because of the Fair Use Act, and we have to kind of add our own little narration to it, So bear with me on the stoppage, but here we go. And I've got it sped up, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine standing near a quiet, peaceful lake as you watch the sunset fall into the calm waters. It's tranquil, almost serene, until you realize the dark secret that's hidden beneath the beautiful surface. What if I told you that an entire city is beneath those waters? You heard me right. Not just any town, but a black community that was once thriving. It wasn't a mistake. These cities were wiped away deliberately, and its story was buried under decades of silence. This isn't some haunting historical tale from the past, but the reality of over 200 black cities across the United States. These cities were places where black families who came fresh from the horrors of slavery dared to dream of a better future. They built an entire town that had homes, schools, and businesses that stood as symbols of hope and resilience. But what happened next is shocking. These communities became targets of resentment and destruction. The supremacy didn't just want to suppress black success, but also wanted to erase it from existence. And so, under the guise of progress, the government stepped in, flooding these communities and drowning their stories, their legacies, and their dreams beneath the waters. What?
Wait a minute. Wait. The government stepped in? The government stepped in? So we really were oppressed and we really still are oppressed.
And going to continue to be oppressed. They don't want the black community to prosper in any kind of way.
Why didn't they teach us this in this public education systems, public schools? Why didn't we hear of this during Black History Month?
Because the truth hurts.
Hurts who?
Hurts them. Because that's why they're having the problems they're having now. This just came out. We're not running and hiding no more. We're barring up and gearing up to stop it from happening again.
You know what this means, bro? This means that I owe the LBGTQ an apology. To anyone affiliated with the LBGTQ, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, apologize to you because at least you are living your truth, you are living your reality. But there is a certain culture here who's running from their reality and chose to live a lie and even erase their history in the process. This this is alarming. This is alarming. We really had we can't go to a bank to get a loan. It's hell to buy a home if you're black. You know what I mean? We had this much land and they gather around these lakes and these rivers.
That's why we don't have generational wealth.
Because they got it.
They took it from us. They couldn't keep our land, so they wiped it from existence.
Wow, let's hear some more of this. Wow.
Why would the government do this? And how could such a deliberate act of erasure happen on such a large scale? This isn't just a story of lakes and dams, but one that was inspired by racism as a weapon against black progress. This is a dark chapter in history that most people are not familiar with. A deliberate attempt to ensure these black cities were wiped away and forever forgotten. In this video, we're exposing these hidden stories and bringing them to light. Get comfortable as we dive into the depths of America's water to uncover how systemic racism led to the literal and figurative drowning of black progress. Before we dive in, like this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's dive in. To truly understand what led to the drowning of these black cities, we must first know what they represented: resilience, innovation, and hope. After the Civil War, when the slaves became free, black Americans found themselves in a tight situation. Freedom had been declared, but equality was far from reality. Many former slaves and their descendants sought refuge in building their community where they could excel and be free from the oppression of the whites. From the late 19th century to the early 20th century, these black communities had made significant progress. Some towns like Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is popularly known as Black Wall Street, and Eatonville, Florida, rose as beacons of success. Beyond being residential settlements, they were centers of innovation. Schools were established, businesses prospered, and black Americans proved that they could achieve greatness despite the odds stacked against them and the challenges that dropped their back to the ground. But their success did not just pass by like the wind. It attracted the interest of the whites, and it became a threat. White neighbors became envious.
I'm almost at a loss for words here. That's a rare occasion.
Well,
Why won't they own this? They're talking about all this accountability, tame your tribes, go back where you come from. We're hostile, we're violent, we're.
key
Are
word.
you kidding me, man?
Key word. Accountability. They've never taken accountability for anything. The Indians were savages. Wipe them out. The buffalo. Wiping them out.
And they like to call us thugs, bro. They like to call us thugs. They are the real thugs, man. They are the real thugs.
And
I've never heard of one of us doing that to them. I've never heard of a tribe. I've never heard of a black country or continent. I've never heard of it. Bro, this.
You've never heard of another culture of any type doing that to them.
That's pretty damn evil, bro. Pretty damn intentional and pretty damn evil.
And you wonder why black people have no generational wealth.
And they're the ones get on here hurling all the insults, being racist, like they own stuff, run stuff, everything's about. Bro, if my history was this dark, I would draw as less attention to myself as possible.
Oh, and the catch is they're making money off of those leaks. They're still living off the backs of black people.
Man,
Still prospering.
man. Or the fight for reparations is something serious, man. It's something serious, man. Let's get back into some more of this.
And a deeply ingrained belief in black inferiority and a growing resentment. How could a people they once enslaved now exceed them in wealth, education, and influence?
Oh, wow.
Systemic racism became a lifestyle. The same government that promised freedom and justice for the people began to create laws and policies.
Wait a minute. Now they say everything black people touch, it creates a trend. It grows. There's money behind it. Any style, any brand, any fashion, anything. And it's true. It's true. He just said they wonder how someone that they had enslaved could be free and exceed them.
And we've been doing it for decades. It's just that every time we get up, there's a new law, a new situation that gives them, and the government backs them, the right to destroy it. Same thing they're doing now, pushing us out of our projects. Black Club come up, they shut it down.
And we've got all these, Mexicans and Indians and everything in our communities getting a black dollar. And we have nothing but one in our county. That's the Cummings store.
Yep. Exactly.
One black owned business, man. I think I'm done doing business.
We have to pedal. Pretty much that's what barbecue stands and stuff are. Pretty much peddling.
Policies designed to frustrate the progress of blacks. Jim Crow laws promoted segregation and denied black citizens of their fundamental rights. These policies ensured black families couldn't buy homes in prosperous neighborhoods, sidelining them from wealth-building opportunities. Despite these barriers, black communities continued to progress. During the early 1900s, many of these towns were entirely independent. Banks owned by blacks, schools, hospitals, and churches provided everything their residents needed. But their prosperity came at a dangerous cost. They became targets. White supremacists unleashed acts of violence, and entire towns were burned to the ground during race massacres. As if the violence wasn't enough, they employed a new measure of destruction, one that disguised to be progress. Infrastructure projects like dams, reservoirs, and lakes became tools of oppression. Under the pretense of public good, governments declared eminent domain that forced black families off their land. These communities that were built on dreams and hard work were drowned and erased from the map and memory of people. What we see today as tranquil bodies of water were thriving centers of black excellence. The question is, why hasn't history remembered them? Why were their stories given a blind eye? The answer lies in the intentional act of systemic racism. This act was determined to harm black communities and to ensure their successes were forgotten. These cities weren't just towns, they were legacies that, despite being buried underwater, demand to rise again. The conscious drowning of black cities across the United States wasn't just a historic accident, but a calculated act of systemic oppression. The government used eminent domain laws and infrastructure projects as cover to carry out a campaign that would erase thriving black communities.
Now, this is what he just said. Why do you think the Jim Crow law was reenacted? What do you think is going to happen if we decided to build up, start our own community again?
I don't even know what to say right now, man. I'll never look at kayaks on water the same. I'll never look at rivers the same. I'll never look at lakes the same. I'll never look at canoeing the same.
I mean, and they don't understand when they trolling, coming up with all the racial opinions and comments, it forces black people to go back and research.
They still won't face the truth, and it's right there in front of
The
them.
gentlemen say that they've never jumped nobody. Not only have they jumped black people, they've used the army, the government. They still use the police.
Water hoses, dogs, police, yeah. Hell, they've used us against us.
Ain't that jumping somebody?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I could be
The
wrong.
funny part about that to me is everyone's complaining about the woman who got knocked out. And at first I felt some sympathy for her. But when I went back and I looked at that riverfront brawl, from August 5th, 2023, and I saw all those white women beating that black man and all those white women, I can't exercise the same sympathy and empathy I had yesterday, bro.
Even to that, she was the only white woman there. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't a white woman reach and grab that black woman by her hair and snatch her to the ground backwards?
Yes.
So don't make it look like she's sitting there innocent and wasn't in it.
But no white people has been arrested.
No.
And that she specifically said, no matter what side you were on, you would be arrested to use your hands for a weapon. And well,
Nobody.
None of them has been arrested.
And you could clearly see her snatch that woman by the back of her head.
But
so she put herself in that brawl. Who knows? That might have been that woman's boyfriend protecting his better half.
And we're talking about supremacy, and we're talking about the government being weaponized against the black community. We're talking about these brawls. I mean, the real thugs always seem to be pacified. They get a pass. You bury cities. You separate families. You lynch people. You steal from people. You unalive people. You lie to people. You erase their history. You erase their tongue.
You steal everything they got.
Everything. Everything. You can even walk up this one and slap somebody, get your butt toe up, and still be called a victim, and you were the one in the wrong.
And they tell it. The eminent domain law. It was made to take black families' property. It's for the greater good of who?
Definitely not us. For all you race soldiers, for all you trolls, and I want to say to the good white folk, man, to the good white brothers and sisters, those kings and queens, man, you've always got a home here on this platform because I know we think the same. We believe the same. We share the same interests, and that interest is humanity and progression and not color. It's right and wrong. It's justice and injustice. And we don't walk the boundaries of racism that define who we are because we know we basically assert that judgment when it comes to content of character. Okay, it's not about color, content, and character. But to you race trolls, to those defending all of these systemic injustices, the systemic racism, you are the real thug. You are the real problem. And you've got some real audacity. I brother, take us home because
All like I said is to all my black brothers and sisters, learn your history. Know your history. So you have a better chance at protecting your future. They say everything comes in a full circle, and they've already started. Jim Crow, eminent domain, never left. And they're using the media platform to give them a reason to go down to Cincinnati. They got the government involved.
we're looking for our history. And it's 10,000 leagues under the sea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like most black people can't even swim, and if you had to swim to get home, now you can't do it. You had to swim to do the research, you can't do it. And we don't read, and they hurl all these insults, and just act this.
And they talk reparations. You don't want to give us reparations? Drain the lakes. Give
Now,
us our cities back.
now we know why they don't want to give us.
If you drain the lakes and give us our cities back, it'll be enough land for the black folks to thrive again.
I'm trying
to make something and build something.
I'm thinking so fast, bro. I'm trying to speak at how I'm getting it. Now it makes sense why they won't give us reparations. They just said after they freed us as slaves that we exceeded them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if they was to give us reparations, they would definitely become irrelevant.
Because every dime they're making now is based on our culture. Not just them, every culture, the ones that they're helping.
And their dollar would be obsolete to us. Because we carry the trends and the styles and everything with us. Even the athleticism. Wow.
We could bring back straw hats if we wanted to.
Yeah. Y'all, I definitely got to get my one-on-one. Get my one-on-one. Get my one-on-one, my higher power, y'all. I definitely, I got to go get some understanding, understanding, and some overstanding, too. I got to go get it all. Man, y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected, stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut, be inspired, be great, be you. And brother, I love having you on the platform. I love what you bring to the platform. I love your strength as a leader, as a brother. You know what I mean? I love how you stand 10 toes down on the truth, on business. I love how you're loyal to the cause, bro. You know what I'm saying? So with that, bro, thank you, bro. Like, thank you. Like, real talk, bro.
Anytime. The job is to teach.
Wow. Whew, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but I might even have to go have me a drink after this one, y'all. Oh, shit. Lord have mercy, man.